Hello and welcome. My name is Ty, and this is What's Playing Tonight. We took another week off unintentionally because I was sick. Luckily, it was just a cold and not a zombie bite. So we've gathered here today to talk movies, and by we, of course, I also mean the Silver-Eyed Wolf himself.
Howdy, also go by Nate.
And the Lime Knight in the Limelight.
Oh boy. It is me, Raceland.
Do you want to explain to them that you changed your name?
Yeah, so I used to be Naughty President 74, but people were giving me a bunch of trouble about how it could be perceived as political and all that because it's the Naughty President. So I decided I was going to rebrand my channels and I became the Lime Knight 74. So if you see anything like online that used to be my stuff, Naughty President, changed, that's why.
Very good, very good. And what have you been watching, Lime Knight?
Well, I have been actually rewatching Dragon Ball Super because I never got to watch it dubbed. So I'm going through it all dubbed, and I'm also watching Obi-Wan Kenobi because the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is finally a Star Wars thing made by Disney that got me back into Star Wars.
Very good.
Okay. That's good.
Because most people don't know this, but I actually am one of the few that do not like The Mandalorian.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Nate, what have you been watching?
I watched The Atom Project recently. Really liked it. It was pretty good. Other than that, I haven't really been watching too many things. I've been playing State of Decay 2. So that's what I've been doing with my time.
Cool.
How about you, Ty?
Cool. Well, I've also been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I also watched The Boys. The new season started this week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I need to catch up.
But the big thing that I've been watching was I watched the entirety of Stranger Things 4 last weekend. Well,
nice.
Part 1, I guess, because they're going to release the last 2 episodes in July. And
I thought Netflix was a drop everything at once kind of thing.
They are, but this is a special thing for some reason.
Okay.
Probably
is it because Netflix or Stranger Things is like their goat right now?
It is their goat right now. And as also Netflix is kind of having trouble with losing subscribers at the moment because they keep raising their prices.
Oh, that's a bummer. I love Netflix.
I like Netflix too.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Some stuff.
It's kind of funny. I've actually never seen a single episode of Stranger Things.
Neither have I.
I really, really recommend it. I love that show. It's my favorite show.
It's your favorite of all time.
It is my absolute favorite show.
That is actually surprising.
Every person I know who watches it does recommend it and doesn't have any really bad things to say about it. So
that's true. Yeah, I haven't really heard anything negative about it,
which is an accomplishment in itself.
Indeed.
Netflix originals getting good reviews. That's pretty nice.
And speaking of Netflix originals, we watched one this week.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Nate?
I just remembered I did actually watch the newest volume of Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, how was that?
It was very good. I highly recommend it. The episodes aren't too long. Some of them are dark, but also incredibly funny. So, yeah.
What is that?
Dark humor.
Explain it to me.
They're an anthology of different scenarios with different animations and different stories. So, like, one episode might cover a grizzly bear turned cybernetic monster, or one would be a guy in a time loop sort of situation.
Is it kind of like Dark Mirror, where every episode is different?
Yeah, that's what an anthology is. It's every episode is just a unique thing.
Gotcha.
I recommend it simply because of the animation styles, because each episode is a different style of animation, so it has something for everybody. And then story-wise, you can probably find something you like there. If you like fantasy, great. Sci-fi, great. Horror, awesome. Comedy, almost everything has some realm of humor in it in some way.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool. And we did watch a Netflix original movie this week. Nate, it was your pick. Do you want to tell us about Army of the Dead?
Yeah, it's a movie made by Zack Snyder, and it is a decent zombie film. It's not the best one I've seen, but
No.
I do think it introduces some cool zombie things. It's basically a zombie action film mixed with a heist kind of movie, which is not something normally combined. So it reached for the stars and stumbled a bit.
A bit?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a horrible movie. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
You're entitled to your opinion, Nate.
Yeah.
So this movie was directed by Zack Snyder, who you might know from mostly DC projects nowadays. He did like Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, The Long Justice League. He actually did like a remake of Dawn of the Dead back in 2004, but it has nothing to do with this movie.
Army of the Dead. Yeah.
And who is in this movie, Nate?
Well, we've got Dave Bautista, who is also probably well known for his Marvel role as Drax. We have Ella Purnell as his daughter, Kate Ward. Oh, he plays former military Scott Ward. And I know I'm going to butcher this name. Ana de la Reguera as Maria Cruz, his partner in the movie, with Omari Hardwick as Vanderho. There's a lot of people in this movie.
There's a lot of people in this movie.
That is true.
Those are the four
Main characters.
like they're all kind of main, but they're the ones like who have a connection to each other.
They're the main crew.
Yeah.
And then
Let's see.
we also have Matthias Schweighöfer as the guy who cracks the safe, Dieter.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's there.
I like Dieter.
He is the most insufferable character in this movie.
I like
And
him.
the fact that they made an entire prequel movie about that guy.
There's a
I'm
prequel
like,
movie?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the Army of Thieves movie I told you.
Oh, okay.
The one I would recommend more than this one.
Hey, let's make another movie, but we'll dedicate it to the worst character from the original.
He's not the worst. Like
Uh,
there are several other characters who are worse than him.
Most annoying character.
Yeah, that's accurate.
How does one
well, but-
kill the zombies?
To be fair, he was meant to be annoying.
I have a tidbit about that character. Like, so he has never shot a gun before. Picks up a gun and instantly can bullseye like everything he shoots.
Well, first off, it's more I think he does use a gun in the prequel, but not often. Like it's I think
Still,
once.
If I've used a gun like 3 times in my entire life, I'm not gonna be bullseyeing everything I hit.
I have a question for you. If he uses a gun in the prequel, why does he have to be taught to use a gun in this movie?
That's a good point.
Well, again,
Because they're shit.
he doesn't use it often. Like he's not the gunman of the movie. He actually hates guns. He doesn't like them at all. He wants to just listen to his operas and crack safes. He is obsessed with safes. That's it.
That's weird. Did they tell us that in this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of implied considering he likens a blueprint of a safe to a woman that he'd like to have sex with. So
He also did kind of
Very
like
tasteful.
he looked like he was about to make out with the safe when he opened it.
he's like, yeah, he is, like I said, very obsessed with safes. Safe cracking. That's why I recommend the Army of Thieves movie, because it fleshes out his character a lot more and makes this movie a lot more tragic.
Nate, I'm just gonna let you know.
You're
with
not
the
gonna
way this movie went, I don't really have any interest in seeing a prequel.
I that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So Nate or Ty, what is your thoughts on the prequel movie that Nate wants us to see?
Oh,
He hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen the prequel movie.
Yeah. I'm the only one who has seen Army of Thieves.
In the entire world.
I hope not.
I don't know about that. But as far as Army of the Dead goes, it's just it's too long.
Oh yeah. Very long.
There are too many characters
That I don't remember most of their names.
And I don't think, just in my opinion, most of these characters aren't even likable.
No, not really. Even the main character kind of sucks.
Like, Batista's okay, but
yeah, but his like character wise, he's not a great character.
I would like to hear your reasoning, but for saying he's not a great character, like he's not a great character, but he's not a horrible character either.
He's not a great main character. Dave Bautista's character in this movie is what I expect him to be like if he was just a background character in like a giant film. Like so say like a good example obviously is Avengers. He plays a great background character in the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Yeah.
But I would not want to see a Drax movie. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about the Army of the Dead movie. He doesn't do a good job playing the main character.
Okay. I could see that. That's a valid point.
I think that's fair. You know, some wrestlers have better luck transitioning into acting than...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think John Cena and The Rock do a great job.
I think John Cena especially, yeah.
Yeah, John Cena's great.
Okay, yeah.
Raceland, I have a question for you.
What's going on?
Because this is something Nate just found out today, but I want to know if you even noticed the helicopter pilot.
What about her?
She was originally played by an actor, and they CGI'd him out and put her in it because he had like legal issues.
Like, so you're saying the one we saw on the screen was actually a dude, and they just put her face over it?
No, they like photoshopped her into the scene.
Was CGI'd into the movie.
Yeah.
Why?
Did you notice?
Happened? No, I didn't.
Just don't worry about it. It's something, he got in trouble for something. That's all you really need to know. But did you? Okay. So you didn't even pick up on the fact that she wasn't actually there?
I mean, she's a very, very forgettable character, so I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she's not in it very much, to be fair.
I barely saw her. They were just like, hey, go get the chopper fueled. See you later. And then we just saw her like an hour and a half later.
And then she randomly dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had no idea.
So, Nate, you got some talking points you want to talk about?
Well, first I would like to ask, who is Ty's favorite or least favorite character is probably Dieter. Raceland, who would be your least favorite character?
Oh boy.
I'm not going to bother asking whose favorite character is.
There's so many. Like, I really hated that security guard guy who got dragged away by the zombies.
Okay.
I really hated that guy.
I probably like him less than Dieter also.
Yeah, that guy. Did they say in the movie like he was like raping women and stuff?
It was implied, yeah. He was a scumbag.
That guy. But it was the thing is the movie was so predictable at that point. Like, he gets dragged away and then it's like, we're gonna see this guy at the final battle scene or whatever. He's gonna be like a problem for one of the main characters, and he was. It was super obvious.
For that matter, my favorite character, I guess, was the blonde. I guess her name's Lily.
Which blonde?
The coyote.
The one who shoots him and
the coyote
beats him to the zombies.
She's the one that would like bring people in to like, I guess, look for stuff. And then
the guide that would allow them. Yeah, she would let them. She'd sneak them in. They'd get money from like slot machines and stuff, and then sneak them out.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. I got questions. All right, so the zombie apocalypse happens.
Right.
How many years has it been since it started? Did they ever actually say?
It's not even an apocalypse. It's confined
It's
entirely
confined
in
to
Las
that
Vegas.
city.
Yeah, but the Vegas apocalypse is what I meant. But like, so how has it? Because it seems like it's been a few years, right?
I would say it's probably been. I think the timeline is like 5 years in total, but maybe 3 years for them.
Okay, because that answers one of my questions I had. Because at first I thought it had only been a little bit, and that scene where that one chick like was creeping, they were all creeping through the zombies all quietly because they were like hibernating, I guess.
Yeah.
Then the swarm attacks her. I was like, does this random civilian all of a sudden just become like a ninja with her guns? Because she took down like tons of zombies, and I was like, isn't she a civilian?
Well,
but it makes sense if they've been in the apocalypse for like 5 years.
So it's not necessary. She might not be a civilian. She just had not killed zombies.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. But from the way she handles herself, it definitely looks like she has had some training of some sort, which might be why she was picked by Gooseman.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I'm just like, how is she headshotting every single one with precision if she's just a civilian?
To be fair, her headshots are basically like right here.
Blank.
Yeah, like the gun is right in their face. So it's not like she's aiming a couple yards away from them. They're pretty packed in there. Okay. But that is actually one of my talking points. Chambers is her name.
That's right.
And she did not have to die whatsoever at that scene where she actually dies.
Oh, it was that other second least favorite character, the douchebag
Martin.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy who pretty much gets everybody killed.
Exactly. It's all his fault.
But yeah, she didn't have to die. Like, if she had been bitten when Martin betrayed her and she was surrounded by all those zombies, okay, then it's expected for her to die. We're never shown a bite at that point. So when she bursts out of the window and Gooseman's like, "Oh, she's alive." And Martin's like, "No, man, she's gone. Let's go." Why didn't all of you just turn around and shoot the 5 or 6 zombies between you and her?
I guess they thought maybe, she was in that giant swarm. She had to have been bitten.
Clarify, especially with Gooseman, who is trying to actually get to her. Like, he tried to get to her.
They make a lot of poor decisions in this movie, dude.
Yes, they do. I will say that is one of the biggest, failures of this movie, is that the fact that they just seem to kill her in a really stupid way, especially after showing off her being such a badass.
Okay.
So that's one of my main issues with it. So then...
okay.
He's got 5 talking points.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I do have 5 talking points. So the first original talking point was that Kate Ward, Dave Bautista's daughter in this movie, is stupid as hell.
Oh, yeah, she's really dumb.
Yeah. Insufferable, and she is actually my Dieter. I cannot stand her whatsoever.
She just wants to save the families, bro.
And then doesn't.
Leave it. Yeah, then leave it to the people with guns and knowledge of how to take care of zombies, and maybe watch her children
and
who she just abandoned in that camp.
Yeah, I had thoughts like, what? So the whole thing was like, I'm going with you guys because the mother of those 2 children is lost. Like, that's her whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, at the end of the movie, didn't the mom that she saved go on the helicopter with them?
Yes.
What happened with her? They didn't show her anymore. Did she die?
Yeah, it's implied that she died during the helicopter crash.
Okay, so
she gets bitten.
Did she?
Did she? I don't even remember.
I just watched it.
I'm pretty sure she gets bitten by
Zeus
Cummings or whatever.
So that's another point I brought up to my wife when I watched this. Was like, how far away was the camp? Because when the nuke went off,
they were
at the camp.
They were taking people out of the camp.
Okay, they never said that.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, that was the whole point. Was they were saying they were getting on the bus to leave, and she wanted to get the mom to go with the kids to go.
Oh,
but the
okay.
Mom wasn't there
because I was just like, didn't the children that you wanted to save just get killed by a nuke?
Yeah, no. The kids are now orphans, and are
oh my god,
no clue what happens to them. Maybe they grow up to be in the sequel. Who knows?
She really saved them.
Yeah,
God,
she did a bang up job.
Sequel.
Oh,
they are making a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Planet of the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
they plan on making it. They're also making a prequel, another prequel series, like animated series, to flesh out the characters.
So Netflix wants to cancel all my originals I actually like to make more room for these films. Cool.
You know what? You should watch Stranger Things and then like it, and then you'll never have to worry about it being canceled.
I'm all for it because I'm hoping some of my questions get answered for some of the mysteries of this franchise now.
Yeah, there's some talking points I had, and I guess they might be the same as yours.
Well, my second talking point was Coyote is a bad guide.
Coyote is who again?
The blonde chick that leads people into Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
She is a shit guide. Like, you might want to explain your actions to people or the situation inside so that they don't act rashly and get themselves killed or you killed. She just kind of like, follow me, shoots the guy in the leg. What are you doing? It's okay. We're making a deal with these sentient zombies now. What are you talking about? It's okay. Trust me. Why should we trust you? You just shot one of these people. You wanted to come in with us. Like, she's just a bad guide.
Well, that brings me to one of my talking points really quick, because we're about, her name is Coyote, you said?
Her name's Lily, but they call her Coyote.
Okay. One of the biggest gripes I have about this movie was a scene involving her. And that was when they all got to the area, she's like, opens the doors open to send them all out. They all walk through, and you see them all walking into the city.
Mm-hmm.
No one shut the door. No one. The door was wide open when the scene ended. When all of them walked into the city, door was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
No one shut the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at that point, the camp is being evacuated, and they were going through a trailer. So the other side of that trailer was probably closed. So they didn't really
I'm just saying, like, they don't point that out. That is something.
No, they don't. It's just
straight up leave the door open. And I was just like the entire time, like, no one's going to shut the goddamn door? Like, no one's going to stop the zombies from getting out of the city?
There is actually another kind of moment similar to that when they're all, after the Bert is dragged away by the zombie queen or whatever.
Okay.
And everyone just gets up and is getting ready to leave. It seems like they all leave the 2 gas cans that Bert was carrying behind the car. Like, they just walk away from the gas can. Like, I feel like you might need that at some point.
Aren't you supposed to fill up a helicopter and you need tons of gas cans?
Yeah. But again, not a great movie.
No, not at all.
Jesus Christ, do people need to see every time they reload also?
Yes.
Need to see every time they breathe?
I will say that I did like the scene where Chambers was just like stabbing zombies in the head and like slowly lowering them to the ground to try to not make noise. Yeah. And then a zombie would wake up and she'd be like, oh my God, drop. No, you die too. And like just keeps on stabbing them. And then finally just gives up and starts shooting.
So we've talked about most of the characters now. So I was just thinking, let's take a walkie. Watch a movie with the who we call them Chalky Talkies. Chalky Talkies. Hello and welcome to Chalky Talkies. This is the part of the show where we decide which character in the movie would most likely enjoy a Yoo-hoo. What do you guys think?
Gooseman.
You know what? I think Gooseman also.
Which one's Guzman again?
Gooseman is the YouTuber that
Oh,
records
okay.
himself shooting zombies like pentakill, triple kill.
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I think
definitely
Gooseman is actually the chalky-talky of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even told
Gooseman-
my wife when I saw the movie, I'm like, I kind of hope Guzman doesn't die. And then
Yeah.
immediately died right after I said that. I was like, oh, cool.
It's because of you.
Damn it.
Gooseman is actually my second favorite character in this.
Who's your
Who's your
first?
first favorite? Oh, God.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Never mind.
but-
Moving on.
Yeah, it's Dieter.
Is it that the
It's the guy-
safecracker guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nate sees
Yeah.
a lot of himself in it.
Annoying?
No, I'm not nearly
Yeah.
as smart as Dieter. No.
You're obsessed with saves and you want to have sex with saves?
Yeah, that's not very
Saves?
smart.
No, it's not. Dieter is actually in love with someone from the other movie. Y'all need to watch it. It fleshes the
man.
character out.
Too bad he died
completely.
and his character's not going anywhere, so I have no desire to watch that movie.
That's
Maybe
true.
not.
He's dead. Come on.
Maybe not. There's a theory, a small theory, but a theory of the time loop that Vanderho is talking about.
Too bad I don't like the movie, so I don't care enough to watch any of the other related media about it.
That is exact. I'm 100% on Ty's side.
That's okay. All I care about is that I like it.
Fair enough.
Any other talking points you got, Ty?
Talking points, Nate's got some more.
Oh, okay.
One of the talking points is actually the reason why I hope that they continue this franchise is that they have cybernetic zombies.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was wondering, Nate or Raceland, did you see that? Did you pick up on that?
No, I didn't.
All right.
There were definitely some robot zombies, and I was
What?
like, what the hell?
So throughout the film, you'll see like all the zombies have like the red and yellow kind of eyes.
Are you talking
But
about the blue eyes?
Yeah, the zombies with blue eyes are cybernetic zombies. It's
Did
not.
they ever mention that?
Yes.
When they get shot, there's like sparks and stuff.
Yeah. So the first one we see is when a zombie is like turns a corner and gets shot by Lily, and sparks fly out of its head instead of like, brain matter. And it just kind of falls to the ground and its eyes kind of flicker and whatever. But the full cybernetic treatment is Gooseman. Right before he dies, he shoots a zombie in the head, and instead of its head going off, it just takes off all the flesh on one side and shows a Terminator skull underneath
I think I do remember that.
with blue eyes.
So here's the fun thing about this. It's never fucking explained or brought up
Nope.
in the movie. They're just there.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
I feel like
a
this
big
movie.
mystery.
I feel like this movie is the equivalent, like the zombie equivalent to Sharknado. Like, let's just see how much random crap we could throw into a movie and just make it wacky and make it crazy. Like, we're going to throw in robot zombies. We're going to throw in sentient zombies. This brings me to my next talking point. Zombie babies?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, here's the thing. This is my own personal theory. Because at the beginning of the movie, when they're transporting the original zombie, right before they crash, they're talking about how they're leaving Area 51 and that it might be an alien that they're transporting. They're not sure.
Point to the Sharknado theory. Like, just throw in aliens, throw in robots, throw in smart zombies.
Well, it seems like the
zombies.
zombie virus definitely seems like it was either reverse engineered from alien technology or from space itself, because
Yeah.
it's like the alpha zombies are sentient and can reproduce apparently, and then the ones that they bite are the shamblers or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
They're
the
just
mindless ones.
Regular shitty zombies.
Which brings me to my last point. I love what they did with the Shamblers when they first enter the city and they show off how like all the Shamblers are practically melted together because they were too stupid to get out of the sun.
I did like
And
that
so,
too.
Like it
That's
actually
alright.
shows the repercussions of a decaying body in a super hot Nevada desert like setting. And I'm like,
Yeah, they even said,
yes.
like, if it rains, watch out.
Yeah, because they get rehydrated. Like, I just liked that little tidbit of zombie lore.
How do we feel about Zombie Tiger?
Oh my
Valentine?
gosh.
Yeah, Valentine was interesting. My favorite part was that Valentine ate Martin, so that's cool.
And then they had zombie horses.
Yeah. Because like I said, I think that it's not like regular zombie stuff. It's an alien like parasite almost that is passed on to any living host.
You know, I'm really glad that they fully fleshed explained that in the beginning of the movie and stuff. So good.
Well, that's why I'm wanting for more of the franchise so they can explain and explore.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who needs to have everything explained to me, but when you just randomly throw in a couple of the zombies are robots, just out of nowhere,
So
because I can accept that like they were coming from Area 51, and that's why the zombies are more than like the traditional zombies that we see, and I can accept that maybe one of them got pregnant, I guess, because they're not traditional, just virus, like Walking Dead zombies. They're like alien zombies. But just this random fucking robot zombies at the end of the movie that come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so there is actually a theory as to why there are robot
More
zombies.
theories.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like this movie so much is because it breeds a bunch of theories and mystery and makes me, not you guys obviously, but makes me want more to learn more about what's going on in this world.
Nate, I'm going to tell you right now, if a movie franchise needs a sequel to explain the actual setting of the movie and why things are happening, not a good franchise, man.
I mean, it's basically a hook. Like, it's just giving you...
A 2.5 hour hook for a sequel.
Yes.
Well, when you put it that way.
Yeah. No, like, the movie itself, I thought was a decent movie. It wasn't a great movie. It was a decent action zombie heist movie.
I will tell you my opinions at the end of this.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Oh, what's the theory about the robot zombies?
Oh, that they are actually government-planted zombies so that the government can try to figure out ways to deal with the zombies. That's how they knew that they needed to take the queen zombie out. That's why Martin and why those like military generals were meeting with Tanaka before the heist when Batista went to go and agree or called him and agreed with him. That's why they're meeting.
Another thing about that. So is Tanaka the Asian guy who was paying them and all that stuff?
Yes, Bly Tanaka.
Okay, so from what I understood, like the camps were like hard to get out of, right? Like you can't just go back into society. Like the government quarantined everybody, right?
Sort of.
Okay.
They do heavily imply that it's kind of their way of dealing with illegal immigration or people they don't want to deal with.
So then how did the Tanaka guy just go into that little diner and then they show at the end of the movie, he's just in his mansion. He's rich and he's just living in his mansion.
He's rich. Like that's literally the whole point is that he's rich and can afford it. They even pointed out at the end of the movie when Vanderho is like, I want to rent that jet. I'm sorry, sir, that's a private jet. We can't just rent it. And he just slams stacks of cash on. They're like, let me see what I can do.
Raceland, you know how he did it?
What's that?
It was easy peasy Japanesey.
Oh, God.
Which is also the worst line in the movie.
That is true.
I will fully agree with that.
Like, no. You can't say that anymore. It's lemon squeezy.
Again, and then Dieter is meant to be
instead of ending the joke right there, he's like, lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, okay, if you're really that torn up about it,
it turns out Zack Snyder's punchlines are also 3 hours long.
Yes.
Oh boy. So speaking of the whole renting a plane thing, bring me to my last talking point. was so the guy, the guy, what was his name? The one that rented the jet?
Vanderho.
Vanderho. Okay, so Vanderho, he got shoved into the safe. Nuclear warhead goes off. Like, they show the fallout of the nuclear warhead. And he just kind of casually gets out of the safe, breathes in there. Nuclear waste. Oh, yeah. And then just walks away. I'm just like, wouldn't that immediately kill that guy? I guess they kind of explain it as he was bitten. But, like, we don't know that. The dude just walks out of the nuclear wasteland just completely fine.
Explains later why that happened. Like, he was bitten, explains why he was able to do that.
All I know is when I saw that
he's already
scene,
infected.
When I saw that scene, I was just like, wow, that's a major plot hole.
But, yeah, it is a plot hole because he should have died and then become a zombie.
Exactly.
Time he gets out of the safe, yes.
Yeah. That people have actually asked that question about them in interviews, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, the safe protected him. That's it. There's they didn't give us good answer for that. That is
that's kind of like how they explained Indiana Jones' crystal skull.
The safe protected him from becoming a zombie?
No, protected him from just radiation, as if the safe, like, neutralized all the radiation in that area for some reason.
It's like how they explained in Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull, I got saved by a fridge from a nuclear warhead.
That's just... Apparently, that's how movies think that kind of stuff works.
As long as you're in a space that is confined off, you're fine.
Yeah. Which is great for those characters.
I think Indiana Jones did it better.
I'd rather watch Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull than rewatch this.
You know what? I would too.
That's saying a lot.
I would too, but I also liked Indiana Jones' Crystal Skull.
If you like the worst Indiana Jones movie, yeah.
We're not talking about Temple of Doom. Anyway, so let's move on from that. Do you guys have any other talking points?
We answered all of mine. Mine was it was too long. Left the door open. Zombie baby. What happened to the mom? What happened to the mom? And then guy in safe. That was my talking points.
Oh yeah, Nate.
I think we covered all mine. Kate is stupid. Coyote bad guy. Chamber didn't have to die. Cyborg zombies, and Martin is a dick and gets everyone killed. Yeah.
All right. I have a talking point.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's hear this.
So, the opening scene,
which was too long.
Which was, well, we haven't got to the too long part yet. The opening scene where they're playing the best Elvis song, Suspicious Minds. No cap. I like this. I really like the stuff with the soldiers transporting the thing from Area 51, like trying to guess like what it is.
Yes.
Did they actually say it's from Area 51?
Yes, they just said
they did actually.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're pulling this from it. That's why he says, do you think maybe it's like an alien? And then as he's saying alien, that's when all hell.
Okay, because I never caught that. I was just like, okay.
But what I don't like about the opening scene, and I think this just exemplifies just how stupid everybody is in this fucking movie, is the married couple.
Yeah.
It's like we started the movie with stupidity, and then it just goes up and up and up.
Oh yeah, the whole thing started with the married couple in the car. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that was not... It was stupid.
Looks like, they started out with some roadhead, and now they're road dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That... Oh, it's a horrible pun. Yeah.
And then here's my... Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I would agree that is, like... You have... You're the only vehicles on the road. Nighttime, lights, all blaring, and yet... Somehow
y'all don't see each other, or at least one of y'all don't.
Like, even the soldiers,
the soldiers see a car.
Yeah, the soldiers even are just like, oh yeah, so you think maybe we got like Bigfoot in the back, or an alien, or not? I'm just not gonna look at the road, man. That's cool. I'm just gonna look up here. Nope, gonna look over you. Road? I don't need a road. Who needs a road? Like, Yeah.
Desert. We can drive anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the Viva Las Vegas montage is the longest fucking thing I've ever sat through in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And just
so
when you
annoying.
think it's over, it keeps going.
Yeah.
Kind of like this movie.
Yeah, actually.
So I actually kind of liked the montage.
Of course you did.
Well, because it did something different in the fact.
Lore.
Well, no, not even building lore, though it did kind of build some lore. But
There it is.
the thing I liked about it was that it did where it like showed them all fighting the zombies throughout the montage. It also showed them like them just standing and showing you pictures of their life before, like what they were before all of this happened.
Yeah, because they really dive deep into the lore of before. Oh, wait, that's a different movie.
Well, no, not even. Okay, Army of Thieves doesn't even go into the lore of before everything happens because it's on another continent. They're just like talking about it on the news. Oh, there's some weird zombie thing going on in Vegas. Like they're like, okay, but we got a heist to pull, so we're not going to really pay attention to that. We got to go.
All
It's
right.
literally just the adventures of Dieter when he's a heist guy. He cracks safes.
So, Ty, do you want to get to the rating of the movie?
Yeah, I think we've stretched this out long enough. Nate, you go first.
You're going to hype this up. It's going to be a 10
I'd
out
give
of
it
10
a-
for you.
No, again,
five.
not a great movie.
Out of 5?
Yoo-hoo's out of 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd give it a 2.5 out of, 2.5 out of 5. It's not a great movie, but it entertained me. It did what it was supposed to do. So, and it made me want to see more because it gave me mystery.
Ty?
Raceland.
Okay. I'm going to give this a 0.7 Yoo-hoos out of 5.
Not even a
Dude.
full Yoo-hoo?
No, listen. I don't watch many zombie movies, but out of all the zombie movies I've seen, this is the worst zombie movie. I really did not enjoy this movie at all.
I kind of want to know what other zombie movies you've seen.
I have seen
Just
the
say that.
entire Resident Evil franchise, which is usually crapped all over because of the games are so good. And I'd watch all those before I'd ever put this movie back on Netflix. Like, put it back on my TV.
Okay.
There
Ty?
are a couple of Resident Evil movies that I would definitely watch again before watching Army of Thieves.
Yeah. Why are we...
Yeah.
Whoa. Anyway, yes, tell me how you really feel, Nate. I give this movie, I'll give it 1 Yoo-hoo. I won't pour a little off the top to make it a
Pour one for
0.7. I'll just give it 1 full Yoo-hoo out of 5.
Okay.
Would you ever watch this movie ever again?
Don't interrupt my review or I'm going to kick you off the show.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. We do this every week.
I'm
Almost.
sorry.
Every other
We do this every
weeks.
other 3 or 4 weeks. No, you're fine. But this movie did not hold my attention at all. I did not think it was interesting. I do not think the action is good. There are some cool lore stuff, but the movie itself wasn't like interesting or engaging enough for me to follow up or want to see more of this universe. This movie does not understand the assignment, and I give it a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, the movie was not good.
Wow.
Nate, the fact that you want a sequel is crazy.
I just want more answers to those mysteries, man.
And let me tell you, because if you wanted to talk about this movie, you could have at the What's Playing Tonight Discord, and we did not get a single comment about this movie at all. At least in our like official Discord.
After I finished watching the movie, I went to Letterboxd and IMDb to check out what people rated it. It did not get good ratings. I think it got like a 2.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd and like a 5.3 on IMDb.
As far as YouTube comments, though, we got one on our last episode from the Soul Food Man.
All right.
He said, this isn't the Morbius episode I was promised.
True.
You're not morbid out.
And I have a feeling he's going to be disappointed this week as well as next week. But
yes.
It is what it is.
Probably disappointed for a few weeks because I don't think any of us are going to be picking Morbius anytime soon.
Morbius isn't even on streaming yet.
Yeah, you can rent it.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like something I want to waste money on.
Well, they it turns out, did you guys hear, speaking of Morbius, because we have to talk about it, because we are a Morbius podcast. Morbius was re-released in theaters because of the meme culture. They thought they could make some money off of it because of how popular the memes are. And as it turns out, that Morbius wasn't many people's pick this weekend because it bombed at the box office again.
Didn't it only get like 85,000 or something like that?
Not even 1 million.
And they already
make Morbius happen.
Did they already say they're making a sequel?
Yeah, I think it's called Morbius 2. It's Morbin time.
Oh, please tell me that's the actual title.
No,
that would be so funny. That would be so funny.
I think it's called Morbius 2 Morbin on Main Street.
If you look at Jared Leto's Twitter, when he was like, they announced that it's coming back in theaters, he's like, I'm so happy to announce that it's coming. I'm like, nobody cares about your movie, dude.
I mean, I'd be happy too if even a little bit of more money comes my way.
I wish I was like deluded like Jared Leto and thought, that they love me. They really love me.
Hey, people love 30 Seconds to Mars.
Bury me.
I do like some of their songs.
Yeah.
We are a The Kill podcast.
Just like this movie.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about the movie?
Any other final thoughts? Well, I'll tell you what. We've reached the end of the show, which means it's time to pick our next movie. Each episode, one of us is at the mercy of the other. Since Nate picked this movie, it's my turn.
Oh boy.
What are we going to watch this week, I wonder?
It's Back to the Future, right?
This is not Back to the Future, but we are going to the past. Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. No, it's not 8 Mile. I'm sorry, Raceland.
Dang.
But we are going to just a second. I should know what year this movie came out, but for some reason I don't.
You're really
talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
This is like so suspenseful.
You haven't seen Morbius yet, have you, Raceland?
I have not seen Morbius.
Right.
When it comes out on streaming for free, on something I have, then I'll watch it.
Yeah. On the Pirate Bay for free.
Oh, that's illegal.
I know. I would never condone such a thing. We are going back to 1984.
Okay.
We're going to watch a slasher film.
Oh, boy, my favorite.
Directed by Wes Craven and produced by Robert Shea. And Johnny Depp's in this movie.
We don't talk about Johnny Depp anymore. Haven't you heard?
Well, we're not going to get into that. And we're not going to get into that next week. So I'm just going to let you know that right now. We're watching the original A Nightmare on Elm Street. 1, 2, Freddy's Coming For You.
And where can we find that movie at?
You can watch it on Netflix, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, we're keeping it on Netflix this week. Keeping it on Netflix this week. It was on HBO Max. I think it's only on Netflix now.
Okay, so you said it's a 1984 one?
Yes. Not the 2010 remake, because that's also on Netflix.
This is 1984. I found it.
Perfect. And that will be our movie.
Add the list.
Next week. We welcome all comments. If you want to comment, you can down in the comment section on YouTube or by emailing us at what'splayingtonight@gmail.com, except please no more spam. You can also follow us on Twitter at @TonightPlaying. There's also a link to the Discord down in the description. We'd love to hear from you. And our own Lime Knight is a streamer/YouTuber. I will have links to his stuff as well down in the description. What's up, Nate?
Cool.
Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 is still on HBO Max.
Okay, cool. So if you have HBO Max, you can watch it there. If you have Netflix, you can watch it there. Either way, get your dream on. What were you saying, Raceland?
Yeah, so with my social media stuff, if you ever did follow me, Like I said before, everything that was Naughty President 74 is now being transferred over to Lime Knight 74. So make sure you look for me that way.
And I'll be sure to put the correct stuff down in our description.
Thank you very much.
And does anybody have any final words?
I'm just really excited to see Army of the Dead 2. Just so excited.
Me too, actually. I'm glad you're excited to see it too. We can watch it together, maybe.
That wasn't sarcasm.
Like maybe I'll pick it again.
No, please don't.
Yeah,
Nate.
that's good.
That's it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, in that case, we have been What's Playing Tonight, and we'll see you later.